Chamge jitab kalenzina mangungwe tugolole mite go bye ya gire kiteshet ne Kass TV itagate ngtetu titab Kass Mashinani kigure na Jacqueline Arusei kitaune logo joto gobun county neba Elgeyo Marakwet ole enyemalo eng tawita Eldoret eng sengta neba Kipkorgot ko desetai wetu eng chepchebinda komite mungaret ne gogoet ne kikitech eng kanemunetab ke akakiletab ke ole koimuch koruteji sirine nyo Gladys Yator chemungaraindet nenganda kikobun kaimutik chechang eng sabet ko kikomuch inendet kotoi mungaret netoreti eng inguni mengik chotok chemitei eng komasta nebo Kipkorgot ngekuschiko.
Ole mitei maget komitei kamangunet. Nito ko atindiotab sobetab Jonathan Kimayo nemaimuch kobet kamangunet eng kasarta nemaimuch somanet. Kimayo nekikisikchin kokwetab Lilboinet eng county nebo Elgeyo Marakwet ko kiwangune somanenyi form 1 amu kimakotinye kamuget nebo somanet.
Kiatau sukul nenyu eng komostab Lilboinet yoto. Kamwa ko primary au mwisho anyu Lilboinet secondary. Asoma Lilboinet secondary lakini kiabakach form 1. Kikaker ale kaimak amu kimi ngweny somanenyu kidogo. Kimang'om koit oi. Form 1 eng Lilboinet. Ko first term ko kiakirchi. Form 1. First term. Second term akirchi. Third term akirchi.
Kikoito somet eng sigikchi eng maget nebo boisionik alak cheimuchi somet notok kikosi sigikchi kotochigei boisiet nebo mungaret.
So kingonyakirchi mara tatu alechi nyale sigikchu ale akere ale uyo manenyu somanani. Woiwo ki age nakere ale kosirto tosomanwon form 1 form 2 kewesten robinik akirchini ale amu kono ataune mungaret. Kokaswa akine sigikchu kolecho ingetaune bo biasinik akamwai pata mailet pata. Subote ni muse sanobote biasi anendet akibetau hotelisiek.
Kitestai sobenyi koib takchinet age yekingonyor kasarta nebo kochut boisietab administration police eng boisionotok kisuldae eng kenyisiek chesire 10.
Akere ale abakach. Kingabakach nyaay biashara dono biasi. Matianit kele kisire AP police. That was in 1989. Asire achute AP in 1989 among 9th. Ngambakas nakawe komasta Wajir. Ajir kenyisiek somok 1991-92 anyo wasingisho kap DC. Atebe kap DC akoi 2008. Akira opportunities chebo mungaret. Akakira ale aliamo somchike tenda hotelisiek chu chimi Eldoret. Awanyu nya somtenda hotelisiek chimi Eldoret asomota netenda nebo biasi asaplan biasi. Ko kikakira ale sikokona bichu attention yani sikokasa bichu ololochi uniform chebo police. Sawa ndamun ngitile ngokirin chito polisiot kobwotu ile nyoni chito koitu kemoche kole makanama meche kondiatos kwai makosa gani. Ko kingoit istukoni chito leni ileni chito kanyoni asome tenda nebo biasi. So urori customer ataulechin mionot korni ibu biasi ibu karo. So anget akine nyakishan ale kochopchi tuguk chekororon. So akekurna askar biasi ndaun amu kianen kebo hotelisiek choto mito biasi nekele ngemoche biasi kelito ocheng askorindet ko biasi. Kiatau askar biasi yoto kakekur askar biasi atau kongete 2002 akoi 2008. Yoto likibitu chemarket nekimi Eldoret yuto. Ko kingobit chemarket nekimi Eldoret anyun kobit mass transfer nekisapos kikibir askarik tugul chekimi Eldoret transfer. Ko kikitokyo komostab Yata Ukambani ndo. So akere ale mawendi Yata amu kikanam lain nebo askari biasi eng Eldoret yu. Akere ale ngatestai kasinyu nebo askari biasi. Amu kiakere ale kakwanyitu robinik chekibo askari biasi ale kachamta chumbo serikali akaai chebo askari biasi.
Kipsobenyi kotokchigei kakwautiet age neter yekingoistogei eng boisionotok ne nguno ko kikotech kampunitab Keyo Distributors ak Highway Supermarket eng kwenutab boisionik alak ak kikomuch kosir eng boisiet biik chesirei 300.
Kingoawiku biasinik ang'ete Lilboinet Eldoret ko kinget kianyo sukumoja sakira opportunity Kipkorgot yu. Amu kisuya katoi kotekso biik. Kibata chemarket nekinyet ko kiu biik chechang kobwa kot. Agere opportunity anyun ale takiyotab tuya kou rahisi kunome line. Anyabatisha na tatu anyun akine kokono Mungu na tatu ya. Ibakti tatu ya kan nikifanya nikirore cho biik chechang kulit ne chuka chito. Tatu ya nikataune pesa chini ng'onyi. Kini kitasta ngwenu noro kingo ko kanya tatu ya. Kumato pasai mung'aret achut pingin kuri ikute. Niki akasom lu. Kusapotan akichek kapsa ikutu kotoreto kapsa icheket kokona loan akoi. So anyu nyal blotin yate blotin batai niton.
Somanet koyote yuot nebo tuguk chechang ak kabaraetab kabwatutik ak eng kasarwek alak komukoksei kobit borotet nebo boisionik eng kasarta nemite maget koboto chamet ak kakiletabgei. Moibet takchinetab sobet Jonathan Kimayo nekitoune somanenyi eng sukulitab Kamwago akot eng kasarta nekikauit somanet ak eng rani kokikomuch Kimayo kosir historia nebo kampunishek chekimen. Kibit nito kosubkei ak kakiletabgei ak tiet koboto kibagenge nebo kapchi. Logoiyot nekaro beut kwondonyi Bornes Kimayo nekamwa kole kibit tilet ak lewenet ne eng let ko kiek borotet eng family ako ma eng family kityo koboto community neboto boisionik eng kampunishek kwai.
Kikiyai kasit ak chepyoset kabisa amu kiyai kasit neu chepyoset amu aui kwa nendet kuribe nendet eng olin baka. Awendi amondoi mutu nendet kuribe eng olin baka.
In the process kotomi mbar reserve yun kong'etin kulecho kusiri tebi en kaa kityo ngono chunge watoto wacha nikufungulie nini kiosk. Kuyotwa dukanata kidogo nikamanage sasa watoto wako hapa, kazi iko hapa na tukaendelea hivyo. Kotesta mung'arana agoi 2007 kehamishan mung'aret kikiker kele kimi opportunity kipkorkot. Kiuge kwan kipkorkot ak mung'aret. Ketestai ak duket nebo hardware ak ketestai ak duket nebo chakula. Ako yu kimi sai ko agere ale komaya amu kikotoretech Mungu ako yuto. Ako kora ko mzee nenyun ko chi nebo bidii kabisa. So kokingekwan kipkorkot kotesak mung'aret. Akoi ke sir biik chebo community kotoretech. Alak ko relatives, ko alak ko chekinyo ko apply ne kazi. Kesir sasa en nguni ketinye biik kiboitinik karibu 300 chemi different, chemi dukeshek tofauti, chemi hardware, chemi supermarket ak chemi wholesale keyo.
Kosubkei ak Kimayo komwa kole kinyor kasarta nebo koyai mung'aret eng kasarta age yekingesib inendet kong'ete boisiet nebo police kong'ete komosta nebo North Eastern akoi taonitab Eldoret ole kiboisie kasaratak kosom mung'aret eng magaoeshek nebo kwoldochi viasinik. Boisionotok imuch kosuldae eng oret neititaat ak imuch konyor chamet neo kosubkei ak kororonindo nebo tuguk chotok imuch kwoldochi magaoeshek. Kitestai kobarait boisionik kot koit koyat duket eng Kaplimo ak kabwatutik kwai kosubkei ak boisietab mung'aret eng komosta nebo Mashinani. Kimuch komong eng boisietab serikali yekingisipto inendet yekingobata chemarget nekitinye ak lewenisietab kenyitab 2008 kimuch kotestai kobarait mung'arenyi kong'ete nebo viasinik akoi hardware ne akoi nguno kochobe tuguk cheterter neboto sigengetab Aro nekikoch kainet Aro kosubkei ak kondit nebo kang'wai.
Kakeyat nguno aiwe supermarket aketinye aiwe hardware ako kakenyoru keyo distributors akere ale ngaikin kure value addition amu kakere ale mi oret nekararan. Anyo achop sigengenyu kure Aro ko sigengoni ko sigenget kawaida lakini kekure kainetab Aro. Anyo achop chailing kure Aro.
Eng kakwautik chebo kabaraitetab mung'aret ko kiib kakwautiet nebo mung'aretab letaetab tuguk chemokotin eng dukoshek chemitei eng komosta nebo Mashinani ne nguni ko kikobarait keyo distributors neibchin tuguk dukoshek cheterter.
Distributors achek ki distributors ako ki distributen sai kebendi around 8 counties chekoketar nguno kong'ete Nandi, Western, kimi Pokot nguno, kimi kebendi Turkana, kimi Baringo, kimi Elgeyo Marakwet. Ko ngemi ke distributors ketie suppliers che supplyonwech tuguk chache.
Aki eng netai eng chemungarainik kobun bororietab Kalenjin eng mungaranotok kamwa ine kole iwekchin kongoi yaindet Mungu ak kastomaekchi chekikotestai kokoch kayanet neo icheket ne nguni kokikoit kweet ako barait nekikomuch kochutyi sekta nebo manufacturing nebo toretetab tuguk cheterter ne ngwenutab tukchotok koboto ndenguk, sukaruk eng kwenutab tuguk alak.
Ache ki distributors chubo Kabai Refinery, ki distributors chebo Pitco, ki distributors chebo Menengai, ki distributors chebo Wanyoil. So ko ikere tuguk alak chiku biik aile tochobe chechu kunake ngaalde chebo chito. Aliama chob chechu munyi. So sikere amu sometimes inyoru ile mchelek ko kyanyor choronok chu chumi ribo Pakistan. Chemi libo sehemu chekichobe dunia. Chikikobwa ofisi at ketibit. Chenguno koyokwo mchelek kongete bitoni. So chikibanyo kokere uwezo nenyinet ak Mungu yangu kokona talang dini amu ingena tuamona tu ala Mungu mu piga na kikuna dini nao maingena tala piga na sura kulune chichi. So lakini tamulo jito sile kon pata su saba au liboni kuno to koya kuno.
Ng'olyot neo nekaikimit ko nebo iyangei ak iib kakwaut.
Mi opportunities chechang oche lakini una makere biik alak. Ngakuna birkutak samba. Tucho kitora prote jura salaban. Robiri jobo maana ngumu. Jo silingi lu itaune silingi lu waengeli boye ko maana itaune ga jota. That is the real asol. Juba asol ban jota. Tigi jobo bijo ko shira bijo jota. Akwai gas. Kuya ye ko president. Abota le lu itu no mo lakini biki makenai. Unyo sita silingi lu buta ngo menyo kwa ko sai. Ara kwa mbano nganguru kwa mbano. Mutkitie bota ndu. Akisom silingi lu buta ke subu asol. Akinyi mande tangi. Imuti hata betu tu no takai ni usulata. So mi na ni mainget pi. Amati bi ko kin gure ufumulia. Shita ne tinye lagu chochi mingi kuno ta matni kin gure ufumulia. Tat asol pan ogi tangi tu bi ki janga uchi ni gi ngom kelas mo lu asol pan sai ni mo. Lalu to chi ni mu chi ngani ki na mo nyo ma yesu yu bo to. So mi kin ma jok ma chi ke ufumulia ka asine. Uvumilie aki ina maana tukie botse ati wataka amuchu wajana ki mangu rasol banaje lakini gikutoune robini juzo ki basa kataune ane mwaita tramu moja silingi libonwa sasa mafuta tawa ndo ingel pole. So that's is a true asol no wonya askuliza regala guru yeso amjuli libuta akigu na mingete yi kumero no guru yoto. So kitu kumoja agomoja gara naeta agomoja gimnote uchiamini kwa maisha yako. Ngaburi swali uchiamini. Amenya ngori tajala mami ngori taji. Kilu na. Kata unelo nje jungi kutu elubuzitini. 60,000 kibulo ikutu repta. Ati ko kwa biga bi kutu ngene lulo kole kapikata mkuta mpaka ofisi yangu siku moja.
Nakaibun logoyo chuto kwane Gladys Yator, Nairobi.
Kaimange kandoik chebo Pwani akorirtae logoiwek chekomwa neki Deputy President Rigathi Gachagua kole manyalu eng kiprutoinik korutechi emoni eng inguni. Kondochin kandoikab bolatet cheboto Cabinet Secretaries, MPs ak Governors kokamwa kandoichoto kole nyalu eng Gachagua koistoege bolatet nemotoreti eng mwaet kole biikab Pwani nebo emoni kotiege eng ole tagetab kiprutoinik ako notok komanyalu eng kandoik kongalal kit neya kotinygei ak emetab Kenya.
Sijakusikia ukitema kwa hiyo taarifa ya mikutano yako ya kwamba chai isiuzwe tena mpaka Ruto aende, chai kahawa isiende tena mpaka Ruto aende, lakini ule uchumi ambao unatudhuru sisi wakazi wa Pwani ndio wewe umewekea mkazo sana. Naweza nataka tukwambie, si kama viongozi wa Pwani tumekubaliana kwa kauli moja. Sisi viongozi wa Pwani tutaunga mkono William Samoei Ruto kwa tutam. Wewe ujipange na watu wako na sisi tumejipanga. Na sisi pia tutaongea na, si kila mtu ana watu wao. Ukisema unaweza ongelea watu wenu kwa kalao, hata sisi tuongelesha watu wetu wa Pwani. Huwezi kuwa na monopoly ya kuongea na watu wenu, lakini si viongozi wa Pwani wanaongea na watu wetu. Kwa hivyo hata wewe utasikiza amri ya watu wa Pwani na viongozi wa Pwani. Hata sitatoa directions. Umetoa kwenu. Unasema unatoa kwenu, sitatoa yetu. Lakini utatuharibia utalii, koma kuingilia mambo utalii, koma kuingilia mambo investment. Asanteni sana.
We've always said this for the longest time ever, that the likes of Gachagua their interests have never been with us. There was a time we were called that we were not shareholders, and now, on issues that happened in a very, very isolated way, you're asking that one of the major sources of income for this particular region and for the country in general to be denied, and that is an element of tourism, is a very, very saddening. But mine is just to say a big thank you and congratulations to the members of parliament and the senators to actually did what they did. Because God knows if this is the kind of caliber of people who want to call themselves as leaders, it's pretty shameful, pretty shameful. And I concur with the sentiments of my brother that people don't talk about issues that are going to be affecting their regions. But then, when you come up with issues that are so hatred in nature, that by killing the economy of this region, you feel that people will end up feeling more destabilized and that votes will go less, and less is truly wanting.
Unajua, kwa miaka mingi sana kunayo mawazo ya kuhujumu uchumi wa maeneo fulani, na hiyo ni sababu msingi moja ambayo sisi kama watu wa jimbo la Pwani tunamuunga mkono nao Rais Ruto, kwa sababu ni siasa ya inclusion na hasa katika mambo ya uchumi. Lakini si mshangao kwa wengine kufikiria kwamba kunena ama kutenda mambo ya kuzidi kuleta umaskini katika maeneo yetu ndio njia yao. It's their norm to sabotage our economic activities, to see that we prosper. It's their norm. They've been doing it for years. So we knew who they are. And we keep saying, we've heard Gachagua criticizing almost every project that is outside his area. He began by giving Rironi Summit a very bad name. Then the rail, the Asia that is going to Kisumu. Now he's targeting the tourism industry. And our economy in the region is driven by the service industry. But he never criticizes or even attempt to speak around the project that happens in the areas. For example, we know of the Mau Mau Road, 30 billion. Mumemsikia akisema ni mbaya? Mmewahi kumsikia akisema hii barabara ya Kiambu 30 billion ni mbaya ama inaharibiwa jina? Lakini ikifanywa mradi nje ya maeneo anayeita kama yake na si yake, kwa sababu kuna Wakenya pale ambaye wana busara na watakuja kumwelewa tu, agenda yake ni kupoteza watu. Sasa unatutarget sisi kama watu wa jimbo la Pwani. Hapa mahoteli yanawajiri watu, restaurants zinawajiri watu, zinategemea utalii. Ukiambia utalii wasije, na tena unasema sijui paka mwaka sijui gani, kwa sababu hana agenda ya watu hapa, hana imani na amani and it's in the entire republic. If it is not about the mountain, then it is nothing. And you assume you can give direction. Mimi napenda hiyo upuzi wake ambao anasema wacha nipeane direction. Peane direction kwa nani? Kama unaenda rough, tutaenda rough. Yes. When you touch our uchumi, we will touch you personally. Yes. Because we can't employ the hundreds of thousands or millions of the young people that work in the coastal line, wakifutwa kazi. Or you have now seen the biggest standalone investment, foreign investment, the biggest standalone foreign investment is earmarked for Lamu. You have had 2.1 trillion being invested in Lamu. All of a sudden, you are a concerned leader and you're saying investment should not come to Kenya. Simply because for the first time, Lamu has been earmarked for a mega project, a mega investment, which you know very well. When you open up the opportunity for such an investment, others will follow, because it will simply become a logistics hub. Because it is in Lamu, you want to destroy it. If it was in other places, and by the way, sisi sio mahasidi, we never discourage investment in other places. they can continue. Like the way they set up the special economic zone in Naivasha, it's okay. Let it grow because they are as Kenyans as we are. But you cannot give a positive project or a good project a bad name for political reasons. And therefore we want to caution him. Safari asitujaribu. Kama yeye anajua kuchocha, hata sisi tunajua kuchocha. You know, we know how to chocha, and we can chocha. Finally, I want to say that we want to thank the team that came from Nairobi, led by the PSS, Belio and Raymond and Dagar and Jacobs, to have had a discussion on our security generally, to ensure tuna usalama katika jimbo hili, and also to enhance our registration and identification. Kwa sababu usalama wetu ni bora kwa kila mtu, ndio maisha yetu. So tumekuwa na mazungumzo muhimu sana hapa ya kusema vile tutaendelea kuweka usalama, vile watu wetu for far too long walikuwa wamefinywa na mambo ya extra ama excess vetting ya vitambulisho. Sasa they are playing catch up. Kuna watu wamekuwa watu wazima. You'll be surprised there are people as old as 40, 50, but they've never 70. They've never had an opportunity to own an ID card. So we take that very seriously, and we feel encouraged that the government is here to support the coastal people and Kenyans largely, because this region is a diverse one. Here we have every tribe, every race, every religion. So the residents of the coastal region, for once, they now have been recognized, and the deliberate efforts been put forward to ensure that they are registered as Kenyans, they have an identification, and matters security to continue to enjoy peace, stability and tranquility is very critical for us, because we are a service economy largely. We are a logistics hub, and therefore we're happy to have had these discussions. Every leader has been brought on board. Every comment and sentiments have been captured, and going forward is that we'll continue to work in unity to ensure we transform not only our lives, but the lives of the Kenyan people for their better, for this generation and the future generation.
I just want also to emphasize on what we have discussed here. And first of all, just to emphasize, I think Honorable Rigathi Gachagua has now demonstrated the kind of leader he is. If you look at the tourism sector, it's a whole ecosystem. Within tourism, you get a taxi. Within tourism, you inspire property investors. And therefore, if somebody is urging the international community not to visit Kenya, and this is somebody who wants to lead Kenya, then we now know that he cannot be able to lead this country. And therefore, in our meeting, and I want also to be very clear that we reaffirm our support for Dr. William Samoei Ruto for 2027, because we have seen that this is a president who has an agenda for Kenya. He has an agenda for the coast region. On matters investment, it's not very easy to get investors. We just had the Africa Forward Summit 2 months ago, which profiled our country as a key investment destination. So if we get somebody who is now unwinding those efforts, that is somebody we should ignore. In fact, he should not be anywhere near voters, because he is only minding his own personal interests. And therefore, we want to condemn his remarks in the strongest terms possible. This region has strategic investment enablers. We have Dongokundu Special Economic Zone just here, where His Excellency the President has ensured a contract between Dongokundu and Afrexim running into 30 billion of investments. And therefore, if somebody is now announcing that he wants to direct investments elsewhere, that is not a leader fit for Kenya. So we want Kenyans to know that Rigathi Gachagua does not mean well for this country. He should be ignored. He should be condemned in the strongest terms possible. On matters inclusion, I want also to thank the leaders here and the PSS, because this is the first time that the coast region and many other regions that had been marginalized on matters identity cards has now been able to come to the table because Dr. William Samoei Ruto removed all the stringent vetting measures. So we have agreed here as leaders that we will work together. We will work with the Ministry of Interior and other agencies of government to make sure that identity cards are available to the Kenyans here in the Coast region, and to ensure that they also have a right to enjoy other rights as enshrined